The Liverpool-Manchester Railway opened in September of 1830. And it was clear that this new technology had the potential to reshape the world. But those early days were chaotic. Different railways were built with incompatible braking standards, signaling systems, and track sizes. The lack of regulation led to accidents and deaths. Governance, in other words, didn't keep up with innovation. Of course, we know how this story ends. Governance did catch up. Today, nobody thinks twice about boarding a train. But at the time, none of that was certain. The question then is, how do we think clearly about a crisis of governance while we're in the middle of one? In October of last year, we brought some of the most prominent technology experts in the world to Montreal: lawmakers, academics, and civil society leaders. The people in this room, myself included, have been at the forefront of digital governance for the last 20 years. And for a while, we were working towards a straightforward global consensus. Digital technologies are too powerful to not be regulated.
Politicians in Europe will vote on a proposal to bring in a law that would govern the use of artificial intelligence.
The Senate overwhelmingly passed landmark legislation aimed at keeping kids safer online.
The federal government is poised to introduce legislation tomorrow aimed at addressing online harm.
But that consensus seems to be fraying. Two major shifts have redrawn the playing field. The first was the arrival of AI.
The AI future is not going to be won by hand-wringing about safety. It will be won by building.
As AI development has accelerated, its deployment has been framed as an inevitability.
The tech sector lobbyists are masters of the narrative of inevitability. The idea that technology moves too fast to be governed.
But it's not just a new technology that has turned the regulatory agenda on its head. It's a new politics, too. The re-election of Donald Trump has led to an alignment of US tech and state power. AI firms are being framed as national assets and have unprecedented influence over the policy agenda in the US.
I have grave concerns about how a lot of emerging tech companies are making huge public policy decisions behind the scenes.
So even as new risks emerge, safety concerns, deepfakes, automated scams, the US continues to develop AI at a breakneck pace without any real safeguards in place. Now, the US is pushing this anti-regulatory agenda all over the world, and the message is clear. If you get in their way, you do so at your own peril.
Some foreign governments are considering tightening the screws on US tech companies. Now, America cannot and will not accept that.
That pressure seems to be working. All over the world, governments are shying away from the kind of robust regulation they were pursuing just a few years ago. All of which means nobody is meaningfully regulating what might be the most powerful technology in human history. So how do we make sense of this moment? How do we push back against the US and this myth of inevitability and decide how we want to govern the technologies that are transforming our lives?
Every innovation forces societies to decide if they want to govern technology or to be governed by it. The answer has never been less innovation, but more accountability.
Democratic accountability means actually listening to the public. And what the public wants is for AI to be safe.
It's the very simple principle that it is the role of the developer, the corporation building those artifacts, that they're not going to do something with terrible consequences for society.
We're living through a moment of profound disruption, and with that comes great risk. But it also presents an opportunity.
This is our moment, because it's much easier to actually change the design of how technology works when that technological shift happens than it is to affect the entrenched technology.
If we do not do this now, we lose it all.
To meet the moment, we need to work together to govern these technologies as a united, democratic front.
On AI, we're cooperating with like-minded democracies to ensure that we won't ultimately be forced to choose between hegemons and hyperscalers.
Whether it was railways, airplanes, or electrical grids, History is filled with technologies that started as dangerous experiments and turned into indispensable infrastructure. But none of those technologies would have succeeded without proper governance. Why would AI be any different?